Hello, Mashy. How are you bearing up?
I don't know, Oaty. I don't seem to be quite myself lately.
Well, you probably never were. But I always liked that about you.
Gee, thanks, Oaty.
It looks like the network has had another round of budget cuts.
Yup. I guess things are tough all over.
I hear that it's getting hard for Mr. Fork to keep up his fleet of yachts.
He might even have to lay off his assistant's assistant.
I don't think it's quite that bad, but they might have to contribute $1 toward their health coverage.
Gee, I wish we had health coverage.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about you. You don't look so good.
Really?
Yeah, you look kind of drawn.
The funny thing is, the more cuts Mr. Fork and his editors make, the less money there seems to be left over.
Well, we're artists. We just don't understand finance.
I don't understand art either.
Remember when I had that dream sequence? That was almost like a regular production. Special music, animated star fields, that big explosion sound effect, or that thunderstorm sequence during my time machine sketch. Those were good times.
Yeah, but that was before Mr. Fork took over. Oh well, at least he gave Gritsy a nice job.
Not to mention her own wardrobe.
Yeah, a golden bowl, diamond jewelry, a silver spoon with no hands attached.
And a pink slip.
What? Who are you?
I'm Buster Budget. I'm your friend from finance.
I didn't know we had any friends anywhere.
I know. I've been keeping track of your view numbers.
Our view numbers?
Yes. I count the number of times your shows get viewed. I've got good news and bad news.
What's the good news?
Well, you haven't been offending anybody.
What's the bad news?
Gritsy's pink slip.
It doesn't fit?
No, it fits perfectly. Fits her situation, that is. She's been laid off.
Isn't there anything we can do?
Well, once again, I've got good news and bad news.
Okay, this time give us the bad news first. What can we do?
Nothing.
Then what's the good news?
That doing nothing is what will save you.
How does that work?
It's like this. Your viewership is so low that Mr. Fork can't afford to keep you. He's going to have to set you free.
So we can go back to doing our shows our own way?
Why not? Nobody cares one way or another.
Can we bring Gritsy back?
Sure. She's under no obligation to Mr. Fork since he sacked her.
How can we thank you?
You don't have to. I didn't do anything. All I'm doing is telling you what's already happened.
I still don't understand finance. Is there any lesson we can learn?
Just this. Know when you're lucky.
Too much money makes everyone